Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BingetownTV. This is Brian here with Jimmy, and today we're going to be talking about the newly released Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and it's finally here. It's here and it's perfect. Long time coming, but it's finally here. Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought the trailer looked great, and there's still so many questions we're left with, namely, where the hell are Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire? They are still seemingly the only ones that are yet to be confirmed, but everything around this movie kind of suggests that we're going to get them.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer destroyed the previous record for YouTube views from Avengers. I believe it was the Endgame trailer. Destroyed it. It was, I don't have the exact number, but
I think it was from the 500 millions to 800 million for the Spider-Man one. So close to doubling, you know.
Like you said, people were waiting, people were freaking out. Twitter, Instagram blowing up left and right. Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer? People were joking that Kevin Feige was saying that we're not going to get one. He had to actually come out and say that we were going to get one and it would come. There was rumors that Venom 2 again was going to be delayed, and people were hoping that Spider-Man wasn't going to be delayed. So there was a lot of craziness surrounding this trailer, and it's great that, you know, we got it, and hopefully everything's staying the same. We're still going to have it in a couple months, but I'm actually pretty happy that Tobey and Andrew didn't show up. Like, you got to keep some stuff for the movie. It's pretty much confirmed. I mean, people saw some on-set pictures that were leaked. I mean, with everything happening with the villain showing up, it just makes sense that Tobey and Andrew would show up, and it just seems like this is going to be a banger. And it's a shame. Bingetown TV Instagram, we posted this sad picture. Someone tweeted saying that maybe the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time, and Stan Lee can't be in it, or he can't see it. So definitely a sad day for that. He definitely deserves to see that. But I just want to bring up, we don't have to do too much with it. We'll just do a quick run through. We know right away that this is going exactly from the moment No Way Home ended, or Far From Home ended. Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, he's out. You know, everyone knows who he is. Yeah,
it starts off seemingly right in the wake of him, quote unquote, killing Mysterio, or, you know, the world is led to believe because of the message that Mysterio left. And everything that I was watching, you know, the 20-minute Easter egg videos on YouTube about this small 2-minute trailer is ridiculous. Yeah. But everything was saying it's going to pick up right there. Even the scene where him and MJ Zendaya are laying on the top of the roof. People think that's, you know,
literally right
minutes afterwards.
Yeah. Because that's literally when he says, like, let's go for a ride. And then Mysterio comes out and tells everyone, the world, that he's Peter Parker and he was killed by Peter Parker. So the next scene, like, I was pretty surprised. Like, they have Peter in handcuffs. Nice little Easter egg here. I don't know if you saw this, but first I was sitting there and I'm like, all right, he's being interrogated by the cops, and you're Peter Parker and you're Spider-Man and you're in handcuffs. All you got to do is go like this, and they break off. But, you know, at the same time, he is a nice kid. He's a young kid, and he's being, you know, but the thing. Yeah,
there was an interrogation scene in Man of Steel as well, where he was handcuffed, and it's for the appearance.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Everybody in the room is like, okay, he's handcuffed. He's in our custody, but they're not.
You know that he,
Come on.
Now,
in that scene too, people are speculating that there was a man who threw down some papers, and that person might be someone we know.
Is it Charlie Cox's Daredevil, his lawyer? Now, gosh, the rumors for that have been running all over the place too. There was rumors that he was on set, and people think that's pretty much confirmed. Yeah. Gosh, that would be another cool thing. They're really throwing everyone into the mix here. It's almost exactly like what we thought WandaVision was going to be, except WandaVision just gave us nothing. We thought, like, the Fox character's going to be in here as mutants. Here's this and here's that. Now, Spider-Man's bringing all these characters from the Netflix shows back, maybe Sony universe back, you know.
And you can't talk WandaVision without bringing up Mephisto. And there were
Mm.
actually a couple Mephisto nods. There was like
There
a
are.
picket sign that said "The devil's in the details,"
Yep.
and Peter's face has like a little mustache and horns.
Mephisto confirmed.
Mephisto confirmed, but also kind of the general plot of
Yes.
that the trailer suggests is that Peter seeks out help from Doctor Strange to erase the world's memory of him being outed as Peter Parker.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to steal your thunder because I never get to. This is taking directly from the One More Day storyline where Peter goes to Doctor Strange because Aunt May has died. Strange kind of combines timelines to ask anyone if they can possibly help with a solution to this Aunt May. When nobody can, Peter is then forced to go to Mephisto, and the repercussions of that are that, correct me if I'm wrong, Mephisto brings Aunt May back. He also, an unintended effect, well, Mephisto intended it, but Peter was not aware that he would make everybody in the world forget that he was Peter Parker. And he makes it so that him and MJ never get married.
Yeah, so the main deal of one more day is that Mephisto says, you can have Aunt May, but I want your marriage. I don't want your soul, I want your marriage. This is one of the biggest and most hated Spider-Man arcs in the history of Spider-Man comics. It takes years and years and years for Spider-Man and MJ to kind of get back together. Another thing that happens is when Peter makes the deal with Mephisto, MJ whispers into Mephisto's ear too, and you're not supposed to really know what it is until later, and you find out that she kind of just says, like, he won't agree to this unless I say, like, it's okay. Pretty much just saying, no matter what happens, keep us away from each other, keep the deal going because Peter wants it, but leave him alone after this. So she was kind of trying to protect him. It keeps them separate for a long time. People hated it.
So apparently I was listening or reading wherever I saw this. At that time, they really wanted to kind of reverse the character trajectory that Peter Parker Spider-Man was on. And they kind of used this as a mouth cleanser to be like, okay, now he doesn't have to be with MJ. And now it's, you know, kind of his complete world landscape is shaken up.
Yeah, it was almost pretty much how they do every once in a while. They do a nice reset for characters, and they do it for X-Men a lot when they just want to reset the teams or something. Same thing with Avengers. This was a reset for Spider-Man. Took MJ off the table. It's sad because after he goes through this whole thing with Doctor Strange and he finds out he can't save Aunt May, he sees a little girl and he follows the little girl, and the little girl turns into Mephisto, and it's revealed that the little girl would have been MJ and Peter's child if they didn't make this deal. So, you know, it's a little messed up. So, again, it was a reboot, refresh. People didn't really like it. But the main hits here are that he went to Doctor Strange asking for help with Aunt May, and you know, and it's the direct result of Civil War, where in the comics, Tony convinces Peter to come out to the world as Peter, to unmask, because in Civil War, Cap and Iron Man are fighting based on the fact that the government wants all superheroes to identify themselves and become agents. And obviously Tony's for it, Cap's against it. So Tony's, you know, one of his big moves was to get Peter to do a press conference saying, I'm Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man, and I'm Peter Parker. And direct result, Aunt May assassination attempt, all the people he loves are starting to get attacked by villains. And he says, holy shit, I screwed up. And that's why he goes to Doctor Strange. And that's kind of what people are seeing here in this trailer. So Mephisto is just banging us on the head. People can't let him go since WandaVision. And I really don't know when we're ever going to see him, but it's fine. It's funny. He's not going to be a part of this. And when I say he's not going to be a part of this, that means he will be a part of this, because the one time we say he's not.
It's just going to say it's going to be when we least expect it. But why don't we start rattling off some of the cameos that we saw in the trailer?
Let's do it.
All the bad guys, pretty much every Spider-Man bad guy that we've seen through the prior movies. Electro, there was even snippet of what looked like Sandman potentially. There was a short clip of a crocodile, which would be
Lizard,
from Andrew Garfield's the first one. Alfred Molina, obviously. I wasn't even thinking that James Franco. Everybody was talking about Willem Dafoe reprising Green Goblin. I didn't think James Franco was going to be at all involved. And then we got such a great voiceover. Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Perfect.
Is that supposed to mean that he's involved?
So could they use that voice clip if he was?
A lot of people are saying it's him, but a lot of people are saying it's just Doctor Strange, and it just sounds like him, because the issue here is I really doubt Marvel would use him because of all of his allegations he's having against him right now. Seth Rogen's coming out saying he won't work with him anymore. I don't know.
What allegations are against
sexual misconduct? You know, he's you know,
a lot of sounds about right.
He's had people come out and say that he's had some allegations, misconduct allegations, and I don't know the full on it. Obviously, we're not news and gossipers here, but I just know that Seth Rogen came out and was like, listen, I'm not working with him again. And if Seth Rogen's saying that, then that's a big deal because they're boys.
Yeah.
So I saw what you were saying about James Franco, people thinking it's the voiceover, but I'm taking that with a grain of salt at this point, just because I can't imagine they would use him. I mean, again, I don't know
that was James Franco's voice, correct?
Oh, I have no idea. Like when it's a voiceover, it's like the voice actors in the MCU almost in What If. I'm just like, yeah, you can convince me it's him, but then someone said it's Doctor Strange, and I could also just be like, all right, that's fine. I get it. Like, I don't know.
It sounded very James Franco-esque if that was Benedict Cumberbatch doing Doctor Strange. That's all I'm going to say. And if it is James Franco, then this is the first time hearing about these allegations. If they're true, fuck him. But from a character and a fanboy standpoint, I freaking loved him in the original Spider-Mans, and I would love to see him back on the screen.
Yeah, we have a nice Sinister Six callback here. We have Lizard, Electro, Sandman, Doc Ock. We have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin laugh. We don't see Willem Dafoe, but again, everyone assumes he'll be there. It's his laugh. That's one that we know is for sure. The pumpkin that he throws is the exact replica of Spider-Man, the original trilogy. The pumpkins he uses, and I say pumpkin because that's what they look like in the comics, but it's just the bombs he uses. People thought that the scene where you see Lizard, where they thought, oh, is that Venom or is that Lizard? But I mean, you can't really tell, but I would assume almost 100% that it's Lizard. If you look hard, I think you could see a tail, but I don't think they're going to go with any kind of Venom stuff anytime soon. And if it is, it's going to be on Sony's side, not Marvel's side for now.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to talk about is this freaking Doctor Strange thing, man. First of all, it's hilarious that they walk in and Sanctum Sanctorum is filled with snow for some reason, which we don't have that answer yet.
Well, didn't it get blown up in the Infinity War?
So Hulk fell through it. Hulk fell through it, so people thought like maybe the snow just came in, but it's Halloween time, like October, and it's New York, so I'm assuming that it's not winter for it to be snowing in.
It can snow in October.
I mean, it can, but yeah, I mean, what the deal is, we don't have an answer yet, but it's hilarious that he's wearing like a winter jacket and a sweatshirt and the collar
under the cave.
I mean, people were like, after Loki with What If happening, WandaVision happening, people were like, oh my gosh, Doctor Strange is going to be dying right now, like stressed like a mother, freaking dealing with all this multiverse stuff. And instead, Peter walks in, he's just like, hey, Parker, what's up, bro? And he's just chilling. Like, he cracks me up. I love the thing where he's like, sir, and he's like, I think after we save the universe, you don't have to call me sir. You can call, and he's like, okay, Steven. He's like, that was weird, but I'll allow it. But something I really do want to talk about, and I might be a little foggy on this or a little biased based on the fact that I am more of a comic reader when it comes to Doctor Strange, but I found it weird that this whole movie is going to be based on the fact that Doctor Strange is performing a spell that he shouldn't be, and he screws up. And that's why the multiverse explodes pretty much. Like, we were assuming that everything from Loki was and WandaVision was going to cause multiverse of madness, which that still could be true. But
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like, I thought, like, we thought it was like confirmed that the end of Loki, everything dealing with that, when Kang dies, the multiverse, the branches go, the next events start going crazy. We thought that was exactly going to correlate right to Spider-Man No Way Home. And instead, it's Doctor Strange who, I mean, he's not the Sorcerer Supreme yet. He's still technically new. Like, Doctor Strange 1, he's obviously very new, and he's a little arrogant, and he thinks he could do, he basically bites off more than he can chew. But I still took it like Infinity War and Endgame, Doctor Strange was like wise and stuff. Like, I feel like his boy tells him, don't do it. And he's like, I won't, wink. And then he does it and screws up all this stuff, you know, with the multiverse.
Yeah, people were thinking he was acting a little bit sus, dare I say, in this trailer.
Yeah.
Especially the wink seems a little bit off-putting. But in the beginning of, I guess this would have been Infinity War, not Endgame, when it's the trio of Peter Parker, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man, they're both kind of trying to outdo each other in terms of bravado.
Yeah.
Who's the better mentor to Peter. And they're kind of like having this, I don't know what you would call it, like a catty interaction where they're both very
pissing
strong egos competing with. Yeah, it's a pissing contest. Yeah. Exactly. So the character does kind of have that cockiness about him. And if someone tells him, you know, don't do this spell, it's too dangerous, of course he's going to be like, well, that's a challenge that I'm up for. Yeah, that's true. In the comics at this point, he's like old and wise, and he's kind of like way more serious at this point, right? At least currently. So I just thought it was a little weird. You know, I thought maybe a little bit of a thought occurred to me, like maybe at the exact moment he's performing this spell, the Loki events happen and kind of screw up the spell. But we already know from the trailer that it's Peter that's distracting him that kind of screws it up. So I don't think that, even though it seems like Peter distracting him is the root cause, I'm not ruling out that the events of Loki could still be impacting what we just saw in the trailer and what is to be the overarching storyline of the movie. You know, I think it's not out of the realm of possibility that the two are still connected. Maybe they're throwing us this Spider-Man talking to Doctor Strange is the reason. Maybe that's the red herring. I mean, we know we know from trailers that they do that kind of stuff to us. Yeah, for sure. The first thing Luke asked me, Luke, who has not seen anything since WandaVision, he said, I'm going to be really pissed if the reason the multiverse explodes on itself is because Peter was distracting Doctor Strange while he was performing the spell. Yeah, I mean, I would be upset too. That was my big thing. That would be lazy writing. So I hope that's not it. And I'm holding out that the effects of Loki are still applicable to what's going on in this trailer. 100% agreed. Last thing I want to talk about with you is maybe this matters, maybe this doesn't. You see this little light on my face, dude? What's going on here? Yeah, I got no clue. Let's see here. Can we fix it? Is it like a shiny piece of metal or something shining up? It's freaking, there's a sniper coming for me, dude. Oh gosh, here it goes. It's coming for me. No, so this might mean something, this might not, but I want to get your opinion on it. So we obviously see the big reveal at the end is a de-aged Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, looking great, and he says, hello, Peter. Now, we know from Spider-Man Far From Home and this trailer that obviously Spider-Man is outed as Peter Parker. Right. We don't know exactly how this is working with this multiverse. Do people just show up? Is it like, boom, they just show up? Or what, you know, that's the question. And obviously we'll find that out in the movie. But my thing here is, why would Alfred Molina's Doc Ock know that Peter Parker is Peter Parker? Unless he's been around for the reveal, whatever. So people and me are wondering if that means that he's actually talking to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and it's another like cut up of the trailer, and that's our confirmation of Tobey. So I'm trying to remember Spider-Man 2. By the end of that, he did know that in that universe, Spider-Man was Peter Parker, right? Yeah, he fights Spider-Man as
unmasked. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so if he were to see Peter Parker in his Spider-Man suit, he would logically assume, okay, this is Spider-Man, therefore it is Peter Parker, because slight differences in the suits. But if you saw that Spider-Man suit, you would be like, that's Spider-Man.
Okay, so I would have, so when he says hello, Peter, he has the suit on and then he takes off the mask, right? Like the digital or the.
So the way like they show it in the Iron trailer is that he says hello, Peter, and then they flash to him suiting up. Yes, they could have put those clips however they wanted for the purposes of the trailer, though.
Yeah, so if he suited up, then that makes sense to me. If it's just a cut of the trailer, but if it's just Tom Holland standing there, why would he know that that's Peter? That's the question.
No, you're correct for that. So I am trying to play devil's advocate to this theory and being like, well, it could be this or that, but we're totally gonna get Tobey Maguire, so he's probably talking to Tobey Maguire.
I mean, this is gonna be jam packed. I mean, we're talking about maybe Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, obviously Toby and Andrew, all the Sinister Six we talked about. If you're right about James Franco, maybe geez, there's going to be so many cameos. Daredevil, there could be so many.
It feels like when Civil War first came out, we were getting like an extra Avengers movie that wasn't actually Avengers movie.
Yeah,
it kind of seems like this is that again,
which
is amazing because Civil War was one of the strongest movies.
It was really good. So either way, guys, this was a great trailer. Everyone's pumped. I haven't heard one bad thing about it. Hopefully we get another one as it gets closer, but who knows? Now that we know that it took this long to get one, they might want to keep us in the dark. And I honestly don't blame them, because
I would be fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep Toby and Andrew a secret, do it, because it's going to get it's going to be like one of those situations where Steve meaning Captain America says Avengers Assemble, and he pulls the hammer in, and you see videos, the crowd in the theaters just clapping. I mean, you're going to get a situation where when Andrew and Toby show up, the people in the theaters will be clapping for them, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm fine if that's the first time we see them.
And they do like keeping their big secrets close to their chest. So I would be fine. I think the trailer that we just got was more than enough to satisfy the fan base's hunger, and I think it's just growing the hype for the movie. So well done, Disney Plus. You have the entire world on the edge of our seats waiting for this freaking movie, but the trailer was great. Keep an eye out for our continued coverage of everything, I guess, because this isn't a TV show. This is a trailer. Maybe we'll do more trailers. As always, if you like what you heard, give BingetownTV a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Visit us on BingetownTV.com and subscribe to our show on Spotify, the Apple Podcast app, or wherever else you may find your podcast. Once again, we are Bingetown TV, and thanks for listening.